We're looking at something today that so many of us experience, but honestly, very few people truly understand. Have you been feeling, well, strange physical discomforts lately, like a randomly heavy back, maybe some weird tingling or sudden head pressure? Well, in this explainer, we're diving into a deeply fascinating source that actually decodes what might really be going on inside your body, especially when medical science is telling you that you're perfectly fine.
Because, how incredibly frustrating is it? You're suffering from these strange body aches, you do the responsible thing, you go to the doctor, they run all the tests, and then they tell you your reports are totally normal. They insist everything is completely fine. But you know your own body, right? You know something is shifting inside. If you're nodding along right now, this is exactly for you.
So, let's really dive into this, because we're looking at a major paradigm shift here. The standard medical view basically insists that unexplained pain must equal some physical illness that we just haven't figured out yet. But the source material we're looking at proposes this fascinating ancient alternative. Not every pain is a disease. Actually, some of these aches are signals. They're profound physical signs that a dormant energy inside you is actively waking up.
The whole core of this theory revolves around what's called dormant energy, or subtolorgia. The idea is that we human beings aren't just, a mechanical frame of flesh and bone. We actually have this highly subtle internal system made up of nadis, which are energy channels, energy centers, and consciousness. And as long as we live these purely outward lives, just eating, sleeping, working, stressing out, this system stays completely passive. It's asleep. But the very moment you start engaging in self-reflection or meditation, or even just sitting in deep silence, this dormant energy starts to stir. And as it begins this active, upward flow, your physical body literally reacts to it with pain.
Section 1. The roots, base and lower body. Let's start this anatomical journey at the very bottom of the body. So the first sign of this awakening is sudden lower back pain, or maybe just a really distinct feeling of heaviness down there. And yeah, a lot of people just brush this off, right? They think, oh, it's just a normal backache from sitting at my desk all day, but the source makes an absolutely crucial distinction here. If this pain starts without any physical injury or heavy lifting, and especially if it actually gets worse when you sit down for meditation, prayer, or just silence, it's not ordinary, not at all. This lower area is where your foundational life force lives. So as this energy that's been inactive for so long finally tries to wake up, your body literally has to recalibrate. And that deep physical adjustment, it translates as pain.
Which brings us right to the second sign, totally bizarre sensations in your legs and feet. You might feel tingling, maybe sudden numbness, or just these unexplainable hot and cold flashes out of nowhere. Honestly, sometimes it even feels like a literal vibration is traveling right up from the ground into your body, especially if you're sitting quietly for a while. But the source reassures us here, this is absolutely not a danger sign, no need to panic. It simply means your body's energy is shifting from the physical realm into that subtle realm we talked about, starting all the way down in the energy channels of your legs.
Section 2. The pathway, spine to shoulders.
So, as we trace this energy moving upward, sign number 3 is spinal tension, random aches, or what some people even describe as electric-like currents. Look, your spine isn't just a stack of bones holding you upright. It's the absolute main energy highway of your entire body. So when that dormant energy starts pushing upward, the spine is its designated route. It's like a highway. And breaking through years and years of stagnation, well, that's going to cause some discomfort, maybe heavy pressure, or sudden stiffness. It is totally natural for this upward push to feel intensely uncomfortable while it's actively clearing out the path. And as that energy reaches even higher, we hit sign 4, the emotional baggage zone. Your neck, your shoulders, your jaw, they're all intimately connected here. According to the source, this specific physical area is literally a storage unit for your emotional baggage. All those unsaid words, the suppressed anger, the really old, painful memories, they all sit right here, wound up tight. So when this rising energy hits the zone, it doesn't just bring power. It acts like a deep cleanser. Because of that, you might get the sudden urge to just cry for absolutely no reason, or maybe old memories will just flood your mind out of nowhere.
Consider this super profound thought from the source. The body is unloading the mind's burden. Wow, what an incredibly reassuring way to look at neck and shoulder tension, right? It just completely reframes the discomfort. That pain you're feeling during this pretty turbulent clearing phase, it's actually your physical body doing the extremely hard work of letting go of the heavy emotional weight your mind has been lugging around for years.
Section 3. The mind and heart, expanding consciousness.
Continuing our journey upward, sign number 5 is head pressure. We're talking about a distinct heaviness or a mild pain, specifically right smack in the middle of your forehead or maybe at the very top of your head. And the source actually points out that this symptom usually causes the most fear in people. But honestly, there is zero reason to panic. This pressure is just the initial stage of your consciousness expanding. As your internal awareness starts to grow, the energetic activity in your brain is fundamentally changing. That pain, it's literally just a sign that the very boundaries of how you think are shifting.
Then sign number 6 brings us right to the center of our feelings, heart area sensitivity. You might experience a weird fluttering, an unexplainably heavy chest, or you might just find yourself tearing up over the absolute smallest things. And while it feels incredibly emotional, the physical and emotional are super intertwined here. As that dormant energy finally touches the heart center, all those deeply suppressed feelings are essentially forced out. It can be a lot. It can be super overwhelming. But as the source notes, this phase is crucial. It strips away all the falseness, ultimately leaving you way more compassionate, sensitive, and just much more true to your inner self.
Section 4. The full system. Energetic recalibration.
Now, zooming out from specific body parts for a second, our 7th and final sign is full body energetic fatigue. But listen, this isn't the kind of tiredness you get from, say, running a 5K or just having a really long day at the office. You can't just easily sleep this off, because the exhaustion isn't physical, it's energetic. The source actually compares it to a machine that's been turned back on after a really long time. It needs a minute to find its new balance. Your body is essentially going through a massive system restart. So during this time, you are definitely going to need a lot more sleep, you'll probably crave a ton of solitude, and you'll just naturally want to distance yourself from loud, chaotic external noises.
Section 5. Navigating the energy. Actionable steps for balance.
Okay, so how do we actually handle all of this? Well, if you're experiencing these medically unexplained symptoms, the source provides a few really specific grounding techniques to help calm your system down. Step 1. Accept the experiences without fear. Seriously, fear literally blocks the energy from flowing. It's counterproductive. Step 2. Drink plenty of water. It really assists the process. And step 3. Walk barefoot on the earth to just connect with the soil. But whatever you do, please do not suppress these experiences. Look, an awakening isn't some sudden magical miracle that happens overnight. It is a very slow, deep process. The pain you're feeling isn't showing your weakness. It's a real, tangible sign of profound transformation.
Let's just pause for a second on this core, comforting philosophy. Not every pain is a disease. If you are on this path right now, the source reminds us that you are not alone, even if it feels like very few people around you understand what you're going through. By simply reframing your discomfort through this new lens, you can finally stop panicking and start actually honoring the quiet, powerful changes happening within you.
And that brings us to our final, pretty provocative question for you to chew on. Are you treating your body as your enemy? Constantly fighting against every single ache? Or are you treating it as your messenger? Take a moment today to really